So who you think was more petty out of Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas?
Definitely Mike.
Michael Jordan was more petty. I wonder why though.
It just rubbed him the wrong way. He felt Isiah was supposed to congratulate him, pass the torch to him, but as a top-notch athlete,
as a competitor, yeah. Because I've seen something where they were saying like Isiah never admitted that Jordan was the greatest of all time while he was in the league. But after once he retired, he said it.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, "I'm surprised you're finally coming out and saying it." And he was like, "Well, yeah, I was never gonna say it when I was playing against him." He was like, "But now that I'm done and I'm out, yeah, he got it."
That was the same with Iverson. Remember, he said Mike tried to talk to him on the court, trying to talk to him. He was like, "Don't talk to me on the court. I'm going against you. If you want to talk to me after the game."
I like that.
You're not going to try to get in my head like you
trying to big bro me on the court.
Right. Yeah. I love that about AI, and that's kind of the same thing.
I respect that.
Off the court, okay, we can talk. He really is the greatest, but on the court,
yeah, you
ain't better than me.
Yeah. When we lace him up, you bleed just like me.
Right.
I respect it.
Team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s. But no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. We got Pops for another video.
What's up, everybody?
I see you with the HenDawgz gear on.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you said people used to call you HenDawg back in the day?
Yeah, a few. Yep, and Hen.
I thought we created HenDawgz. That was something that's been going around since the 50s.
Watch your mouth, player.
My bad. But yeah, we got the Michael Jordan, Isiah Thomas story, how it began. I really have no idea what they're gonna talk about in this video. It's probably just gonna be about their little. I wouldn't even really call it a beef. It wasn't a beef.
It grew into a beef.
Think so?
By him being left off that dream team.
So would you say that this individual beef is one of the most controversial in like basketball sports history?
Absolutely.
The Isiah Michael Jordan beef or rivalry, I would say.
The rivalry and the fact that he got left off the dream team, that made it.
Does that mean something was going on?
That much bigger.
So give me some other sports rivalry / beefs.
Players?
Yeah, players, not teams, players. Like individual like this. Who we got? What? Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield? When he bit his ear, I mean that created a beef. What else? I'm trying to think of some other ones
sport
that we can compare this to. Let me know in the comments. Give me some other ones. Kobe and T-Mac. Maybe Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq was a beef.
That was a beef.
Yeah, that was a beef.
In-house beef.
In-house beef. Yeah, we didn't really realize it too much till afterwards or whatever. But yeah, give me some individual sports beefs out there that.
I honestly think Phil Jackson had a small beef with Kobe.
Think so?
He might was doing it to make him great, but
yeah.
I think Phil wasn't all 100%.
Might be. That might,
you know what I mean?
Be right.
He done said some stuff on air about Kobe that you would kind of question.
Yeah. I think George Karl and had some beef with a couple players too. With AI and Melo. And
he was fiery too.
Yeah, like they were saying he used to have a little, he used to do some little undertone stuff.
And that got a lot to do with the old school versus the new school.
Yeah, just clashing.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, let's get into this video. We ain't gonna do too much talking. We got the Michael Jordan, Isiah Thomas story, how it began. Let's get it. I don't know. We'll see. He got gang TV.
Hey, and welcome back to NBA Got Gang TV. Thanks for tuning in, guys. When we talk about the game, we have to talk about the Detroit Pistons Chicago Bulls years. And of course, Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas right in the middle.
I always ask this question too in my videos. Where does Bill Laimbeer rank as far as dirtiest players of all time?
Oh, top 5.
Top 5. Give me some other ones. Dennis Rodman is up there?
Yes.
I even think Chris Paul might be up there. He's a dirty player. He's pretty dirty.
But like you said, he's another 5'11" guy.
Which I can't blame him.
You gotta be tough.
They wouldn't be where they at. Isaiah, even Patrick Beverly to a certain extent. Like if they didn't play the way they play, like, you can talk about them, criticize them as much as they want, but if they didn't have that mindset, Patrick Beverly probably wouldn't even be in the NBA.
Oh,
so
because he's not overly skilled.
He's not. So the fact that he didn't have to, sacrifice a few technical fouls and flagrant fouls, like that kind of came with him, putting his footprint in the NBA.
Becoming an asset.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what came with it. So I'm not mad at it, but yeah. So we got Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, Chris Paul,
Bill Beverly,
Patrick Beverly, and give me a couple more. Probably some other guys.
Considered dirty.
Yeah, like when you think of that player, you're like, like when I go to the hole, I know I'm gonna probably catch an elbow.
Oh yeah, let's see.
What we got? Write something in the comments for us. Was it some guy? I know some guys back in the day.
You could almost put Karl Malone in there.
Oh, he was up there.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember he gave Isiah like 40 stitches
40?
one time, I think. Yeah.
40 stitches? That's a lot of stitches.
Yeah. Imagine a 6'9" Karl Malone catching Isiah, a 6 foot, 180, 75 pound guy. Yeah.
What about somebody on the Boston team? Robert Parrish wasn't dirty. He did Bill Laimbeer dirty one time, but that was because it was a retaliation.
I wouldn't call him dirty, but Danny Ainge was very feisty.
Okay.
Very feisty.
Okay. Shout out to the Bird gang. They gonna like that, or they might not like it. They might say he wasn't dirty.
I didn't say dirty.
Oh yeah, he said
feisty.
Okay.
He wasn't back down from nobody.
Again, he was a little guy.
No, Ainge probably 6'3", 6'4", maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but tough as nails.
Okay. So who you taking out of Danny Ainge or Steve Kerr?
Kerr was definitely the better shooter. But he didn't have the toughness that Ainge had.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Shout out to Danny Ainge too. He doing his thing in the front office. Shout out to Steve Kerr too. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that was a few of the dirty players. But yeah, let's get back to it.
These two legends have a long history, and even until today, it is not clear what had happened and how the relationship became what it is. But in this video, we will try to put a little light into the dark and revisit some of the events that might explain why Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas had this weird relationship. But before we start, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Also, underneath the video, you will see the link to our Facebook page. There we have some exclusive videos. And without any more blah blah, let's go.
This sounds like Sean David. I think that is him. Michael Jordan.
Zeke.
So yeah, back then, was this 1982, 83? No, probably 85 maybe.
As far as
because Jordan came in the league in 84.
Yeah.
So this Michael Jordan Isiah story, like where it started at. What you think it might have been like 80 what?
I'm thinking 86, 87. Once the Pistons kind of turned they team around
to the defensive, to the bad boys. Remember at first they were saying early 80s they was offensive. Like
it was Isiah and Tripucka. They was top 5 offensively.
So then when they got starting getting Sally and Dennis Rodman and Mahorn and Joe Dumars, they started turning into the bad boys. So that was about 85,
mid-80s.
How old was you at that time?
Mid-80s and 85, I was 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your prime. That was the prime of you really probably watching basketball.
Right. Really falling in love.
Okay. I like to always put stuff into perspective on what was going on around that time.
Before Magic and Bird came, which was 79, I was 10 years old.
That was Dr. J, wasn't it?
Right, but the NBA wasn't flourishing at that time.
Right.
It was on tape delay, it wasn't live.
That's crazy.
But once Magic and Bird came, they literally turned the NBA around.
They saved the NBA, and then Jordan just
catapulted.
Yeah, just capitalized it, just made it global. Okay.
Look at Isiah.
Hey! Okay, Isiah. Ooh.
Inside out. don't get hyped on this. Watch him look at Isiah. Watch out.
Come here, Lambeer. I ain't Lambeer. Who was that?
That might be Kid Benson.
It's the messed up ankle, huh?
Yeah, the guy can't even come down.
That's toughness. That's toughness.
Don't you jump.
Big old hands.
He still brought it down.
It's like, come here, Jordan. You gotta play defense too. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
That is shy.
Before we get started on how the relationship with Thomas and Jordan started, we have to take a look back where Thomas came from. Isiah Thomas was born on April 30th, 1961, Chicago, Illinois, the youngest of 9 children.
The youngest of 9.
So yeah, before they get into it, I said this before. I think that got something to do with it.
What, about the Chicago
Yeah,
part?
if Michael Jordan would have got drafted to the Washington Wizards or something, I don't think Isiah would have had that little edge against Jordan.
But he had it against everybody.
Yeah, but I think it might have been a little different with Jordan.
And that very well could be true.
Yeah, like just imagine.
You in my hometown.
Just imagine somebody from
getting all this love.
Somebody from North Carolina come to Toledo and I try to run Toledo when you supposed to be the man.
Yeah,
you gonna be alright.
You might have a problem.
It ain't gonna be no hatred, but it's gonna be when we about to play against each other. Like I'm coming to play. Like I'm coming to play every time. So that might got something to do with it. You know, Michael Jordan got a statue in this man's city.
Right. And we play the same sport.
Play the same sport, exact same sport. Yeah. That got something to do with it, I think. But let me know what y'all think about that.
In the neighborhood where Thomas came from, drugs and crime was all over. The only escape Isiah had was basketball. Seeing how some of his older brothers struggled in life, Isiah was determined to make it big in basketball. Each morning in high school, he rose at 5 a.m. in the morning for the 90-minute commute to play high school basketball at the private St. Joseph High School in Illinois. During his junior year, he led St. Joseph to the state finals and was considered one of the top college prospects in the country.
St. Joseph's, that's supposed to be the twin city of Benton Harbor.
Thomas already was a legend.
Say it again. They might answer. They might be the answer.
I wonder if the St. Joseph's they talking about is like the twin city to Benton Harbor, Michigan.
Is it, y'all? Let us know. Yeah, we don't.
Oh no, wait. The St. Joseph's, that's Michigan. But it's close. It's western Michigan, so it's real close to Chicago.
It might be. Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Like, it'd be kind of hard for us to Google real quick because we trying to be on the move.
But maybe not.
Y'all sitting there on y'all phone, so y'all can answer. Y'all can Google it and answer the question for us. So let us know if that
St. Joseph's.
If the city they talking about is the twin city to what?
Benton Harbor.
To Benton Harbor.
But he's in Illinois, so maybe not. But it's close. It's definitely close.
It might be. Let us know.
In Chicago before he even made one single game in the NBA. When he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons a couple years later, Thomas was still popular in Chicago and was seen as the son of the Windy City. But when Jordan arrived in 1984 in Chicago, suddenly nobody was talking about Thomas.
Telling y'all.
But he had his Detroit love.
Yeah, that's true.
and his athletic and highlight film as Isiah was, he wasn't Michael.
He wasn't Mike. Nobody's Mike. Wait. So this is separate from this, but how you feel about Clyde Drexler? Because they were saying he was the West Coast. And Jordan didn't like that, but they say he was the West Coast Michael Jordan. But
he was, but that's where they messed up. He was very good. Drexler, he had a decent jump shot. He was very, very athletic.
Yeah.
You know, jump out the gym.
Right.
But
it's levels.
It's levels, and
that might put a target on his back.
Once they made that comment,
Jordan,
it really showed how far they really was.
That's kind of what they always say, like a Chrysler 300 looked like a Bentley until a Bentley pull up.
Exactly. Exactly.
It looked like a Bentley.
Toward a rookie named Jordan for question after the 1985 All-Star Game. He was accused of leading a freeze out of Jordan, who shot 2 for 9.
When Michael Jordan came to All-Star Weekend that week, he had a lot of jewelry on. He had his Nike paraphernalia on. There was a feeling, I think, among some that Michael was trying to be bigger than the other players there.
And Magic played the pass to Michael.
Pass the ball, Isiah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
One thing that I'm not good at is playing politics and being political.
Right.
Every time that he's talked about it and that I've talked about it, we both said that there was nothing to it.
Isiah was almost a legendary figure in Chicago. There was some resentment on Thomas's part because here was this guy stepping into his town. Here's this guy coming and stealing my city.
Until today, there's no proof that Isiah Thomas really did organize a freeze-out. After reviewing the game, it is also hard to see anything that would prove these claims.
Just rumors.
It just looks like a normal game.
Just to get some stuff started.
It's
That's what the media do.
It's all
The
fun.
East is leading. Kareem is double teamed. Try to get it inside. And here's Michael
pass,
Jordan.
Kareem.
Here comes Isiah Thomas with Irving on the wing. Jordan filling the lane. Blocked.
Pass to Jordan there.
He's the oldest starting guard in the league at 34, the Iceman.
George Gervin.
Larry. Shout out to the Bird Gang. Where y'all at? Write something in the comments.
A little problem getting it in. Bounce pass. What a pass from
that?
Green. In a crowd. Loses the ball.
Before he got to the
Michael
Pistons.
Jordan away. Trying to break the 5-game losing streak. Jordan. Fouled by Gervin. Before the shot.
That's the one thing I always say about Jordan. Like,
Just show that move over too.
I always, I've been watching the old school basketball faithfully for probably the last 6 months. And one thing I noticed that Jordan didn't have the greatest handle. Like, he wasn't out there crossover between the legs, behind the back. But he was very precise.
He had enough.
Very quick. Like, he was making quick moves. Like, he wasn't wasting dribbles or nothing like that. And that's kind of how that play was. Like, just quick in and out.
He knew what he was trying to do.
I'm fast, strong. Like, I don't really got to do a bunch of crossover type. Like Isiah, you know Isiah.
Wasting dribbles.
Magic was real flashy like that. Jordan wasn't like that. Like,
More to the point.
he was getting to his spots real quick.
In a crowd.
Look at this. Look at the move.
To Michael Jordan. The West. Trying to break the 5-game losing streak.
Straight line.
Is fouled by Gervin. Before the shot. No basket.
What nobody doing.
West by 7.
He getting there. He getting straight there.
Jordan is hit.
He ain't about to just be wasting
Penetrate
dribbles.
against the likes of Elijah Wan, and we'll go to the line. Michael
And
Jordan
now
with 4
crossover
seconds to
attack.
go. Thomas going to the 3-point.
I was Isaiah's 3-point shot. Well, a lot of people's 3-point shots back then wasn't.
Yeah, they just
That
didn't,
big
they
of a
really
thing.
didn't allow him to shoot it.
Yeah, right. Cause I didn't realize that Reggie Miller only shot. They said shot like 3 to 4 threes a game. Like I would have thought that he was in like the Klay Thompson. Where Klay Thompson they said shoot like 7, 8 threes a game.
Yeah, it's just the bottom line. The game was played inside out.
Inside out,
They
yeah.
they really went in the post back then.
Right, right.
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Even if the big wasn't that great.
Because I
they
looked
still
it up
went
one
in.
time. I think, you know how Steph Curry, the only player that ever hit 400 threes in a season. I think he did it twice, maybe 3 times. Like the 81 Lakers, as a team, didn't even shoot 400.
Didn't even shoot. And he made 400
as
as
one
player.
person. Yeah.
That's
a totally
That's
different.
crazy. That's even with the 3-point line being out there, because it came in the league in like they said like 90, like 77 or 78 or somewhere like that. So not too long. But even in the 80s and 90s, it really wasn't. It was out there, but it really wasn't out there like that.
Was definitely not how it is now.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
One-on-one move draws attention from Magic. It gets way outside. Isiah position himself.
Look good though. Isaiah's shot looked good.
In 1988, Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas participated in a charity 3-on-3 tournament together. Jordan was the captain of the red team, and Thomas was the captain of the blue team. Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins also had their teams.
You know him?
But obviously, Jordan and Thomas didn't mind participating in the same event. But that was before they had the playoff wars and the Jordan rules.
Interpretation of the Jordan rules are this. There are 3 areas on the floor the Pistons need to be concerned about. He's sensational when he dribbles to his right. He's only great when he goes left. They will force him left as much as possible from the top of the circle area.
Sensational going right, great going left.
I was covering the team at the time. My eyes were telling me some Jordan rules going on here. So let me go write a story about this. Now let's get this. What are you talking about? Some Jordan rules. We're just playing tough, physical, like anybody else.
So was the Jordan rule as dirty, or was it just a very?
No, just a physical. We gonna put a body on it.
Cause you know it's been like the bounty gate and stuff like that, but it was.
I don't think it was that.
It wasn't that.
It was just we gonna We put him on the line. We're not gonna give him free easy buckets.
They just said don't let him
Nothing
get in the
easy.
air.
Nothing
yeah,
easy.
Yeah. But you tell Bill Laimbeer that, or you tell Dennis Rodman that, and it's gonna come with a little extra. Cause that's just who they is with their DNA.
And it was allowed.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't getting suspended for 3 games for a hard foul. They wasn't even getting kicked out the game.
It was just a regular foul. Right. It wasn't even a flagrant foul.
Now I'm looking at the 80-81 Lakers as a team. For the season, they were 17 for 94 from 3-point.
For the whole season?
Jamal Wilkes was 1 for 13 for the season. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's playoff. No, that's regular season. Yeah.
Regular season,
That's regular season. Nobody hit more than 4 threes for the season.
Wow.
They made 17 threes.
This is what year was it, 1980?
Yep, 80-81 season. Out of 82 games, they shot 94. They shot like a 3 a game.
They took 94 threes for the whole season.
The whole season.
Like, Steph is doing that in a week.
Right. Cooper shot 19. Magic shot 17. Eddie Jordan shot 12. And Butch Carter shot 10. Shout out to Butch Carter.
Shout out to Butch Carter. And Norm Nixon. She took 12 threes. That's crazy.
It was 2 for 12.
2 for 12.
Jamal was 1 for 13. Cooper was 4 for 19. Magic 3 for 17. You know, it just wasn't.
That's crazy.
So
I get it though, because none of them shoot good. Ain't none of them shoot good.
Yeah, but you ain't even shooting 20 a year.
Right.
So good, too good. And
Hey!
Coming back up under
What you doing, refrigerator?
So instead, the Pistons will force him to come to the middle of the floor.
Oh, microwave.
Trying to get help from the next defender.
You'd say, what about the Jordan rules? And they say, what Jordan rules? And they'd say, what about this defense you're playing on? We're not playing anything special. And they all laugh.
They lying.
And then they move on.
They also
he pushing off.
They'll trap everyone, and while Michael's doing his thing, just kind of creating, they'll run the next guy at him to double team him no matter who it is. But keep this in mind, Mark.
He went for the ball.
No, he did not.
He got his hands on the ball. Look,
He ain't go for the ball right here.
He got the ball. Watch, I said, look, watch, he got the ball. He ended up with it. Like this one, too. Give me the ball.
Jordan looked a little scared right there.
The so-called Jordan rules were Isiah Thomas's idea. In preparing for the playoffs against the Bulls, Thomas was up all night trying to figure out how to stop Jordan. He finally came up with a plan and called Joe Dumars and told him what to do. This was later called the Jordan rules.
Tension between Thomas and Jordan increased as the Bulls lost 3 straight playoffs to the Bad Boys from 1988 to 1990.
Jordan comes in and he wants to win championships, but he can't. Who's standing in the way? Isiah Thomas. And then they devised the Jordan rules, and it got ugly.
Michael on the move, and he is necktie. Jordan goes down hard, and he comes up ready to swing.
And Jordan found himself on the floor. Jordan was hurt, and Isiah was the one standing above him.
In 1991, when the Bulls were about to dispose of Detroit in the playoffs, Thomas organized a walkout.
They were insulted.
He organized
They keep saying, they said he organized the Jordan rules, he organized the walkout.
Things had been said. So I went to Isiah, as I recall, and said, don't do this, you'll regret it.
Pistons wasting no time in getting out of here. They left the bench with over 7, 9, 10 seconds remaining. The Pistons just left.
Anybody that didn't shake their hand, whether it be Isiah or whoever else on the team,
Joe Dumars is
personal
cool.
decision for them. We're old men. You have to make decisions. You have to live with them.
This decision was heavily criticized among the NBA, and the timing for Isiah couldn't have been worse.
4 months later, when the selections for the U.S. Olympic Dream Team were announced, Thomas was not among them. Feeling he was the victim of a freeze-out, the 9-time All-Star claimed foul play.
There's been much speculation about who will play and who won't, and there's some controversy attached to it as well.
The rules always changed for me. They wanted people who had won championships. At that time, there was only 2 people on that team who had won more championships than myself. I've been around sports long enough to know that there's a committee that selects, and then there's another group of people in the back room that selects.
Jordan played a big role in keeping Isiah off that team. Michael never specifically said, I don't want Isiah Thomas on the team. He was shown a list of who was on the team, and when Isiah Thomas's name initially was on.
That's it.
That's how that ended.
That's how it ended? That was a good video. It shouldn't have ended like that, but maybe that's gonna just mean we're gonna have to just do some more reaction videos. But I appreciate y'all for watching that one. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. Make sure y'all like this video. If y'all like this video, go ahead and write something in the comments. My dad's out here for what? You out here for about
a couple more days.
Couple more days. So hurry, we're gonna get this video out quick so y'all can write in the comments what other videos y'all want us to react to. And we might try to get a few more before he dip. So I appreciate y'all again. We out. Hold on, let's get it in.
We out.
We out.